Okay, Year 11. Now, at this stage, you would have just watched the first introduction to compositions, where I explained to you about assessment objective 4, why it is important, and those 4 different ways of developing composition designs. Now, over the next couple of weeks now, you're going to begin to look at your digital compositions. It's something that once you've got access to a computer, we can all access at home through home learning. And irrespective of whether you've got a printer or not, you can save what you do onto your SharePoint folder in the Art and Design SharePoint. And you can also upload what you do onto ClassCharts as well. So we're going to make real effective use of this time that we have together. So looking at the slide now, you can see today's LO is to continue to develop these digital compositions. I've explained that over the next few weeks, we're aiming to develop these compositions. In total, 3 of them will be developed in terms of 15 to 20 images per PowerPoint, and I'll show you those later on. So by the end of today, you've watched the first PowerPoint. This is the second one. You may even start to develop your digital collages. Remember, you've got 150 minutes today in which to make a good start. And as an extension task today, you may also want to consider how you would like to use your own photography as well as the artist imagery. In the videos you'll see later on, I use 3 artist images. But as you become more confident, you might want to use 2 artist images, 3 of your own photographs, 3 artist images, 2 of your own photographs, and maybe 1 secondary source from the internet. So have a play as you get more confident with your skills. Keywords today are filters, layers, transparencies, and the selection tool. Now, before we do start on our compositions, let's just plan ahead. At this stage, we're moving on to compositions. So you really should have the following areas that are listed below in the bottom left-hand corner of this PowerPoint completed. Now, creating compositions can prove difficult, as I've seen in the past with students who fail to complete work, who have incomplete pieces missing, and it is your responsibility to get these tasks completed in your own time. Now you're doing compositions. You should not be recapping on this. That is for further time at your own leisure. But when you've got your allocated home learning time for the 150 minutes, you should be doing your composition work. So what do I expect at this stage? Well, you should have in your sketchbook your title page, your statement of intent, your visual mood boards, your photography shoots, your primary drawing, your secondary drawing, your A3 drawing, your artist research 1, 2, and potentially 3, your mono printing pages, your clay workshop pages, and of course in your folders at school will be your AO2 mixed media sheets. If for whatever reason any of these bits are missing, then you must leave space in your sketchbook before you start your composition work today. Okay, so just bear that in mind. And if you wish to have any further guidance on that, look through all the homework that I've set on ClassCharts over the last few months, and also have a look on our SharePoint page. The link is provided on this PowerPoint slide. Okay, so let's have a look at these digital collages. Composition works, digital collages. So as I said before, they could be images from the artist, images of the photographs you've taken, or secondary source images from the internet, or scans you've done, or photographs of your own work. So over the next couple of weeks, we are going to learn how to turn these, which you'll see in the tutorial. So I start off with 3 artist images and how I turn these 3 artist images into, wowza, something like this, a compositional final outcome, composition final outcome 1. And you're going to hopefully design 3 of these, 3 really well-developed, well-explored final outcomes that link with your artists, with perhaps your photographs, and with your theme of your project. Each composition PowerPoint that you create will hopefully contain 15 to 20 images. And as you can see from this particular slide, I have just cropped the PowerPoint slides 1 through to 7. So you can see the kind of range of imagery that you can create with just 3 images. So these 3 images made all these images when I was following my tutorials that you are going to do very shortly. So that is enough for at least one A3 page in your sketchbook, maybe even more. You might be able to get 2 pages per composition design. So this is really good. You're going to create a lot of work over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so I want really 3 PowerPoints done over week 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. Okay, so you're going to get a lot of work done. So let's begin. I have now created 7 tutorials for you to follow. And each of these 7 tutorials break down how I made this and this. Okay, I literally make these in the tutorials. It will show you how to find images, save images. It will show you how to cut them out, arrange them, layer them, adding filters, sectional filters, whole filters, and saving them as well. So it really does go through step by step. You must make sure you watch the tutorials, pause them, rewind them, watch them again. Watch very carefully as to what I'm showing you. If you do what I do, you won't have a problem with this. If you flick through fast, you might have problems not understanding what I've done, so make sure you watch them in depth. Each week, you must upload what you do on that PowerPoint, which you'll see here, onto class charts and also onto SharePoint. I really need to see what you have done each week to see that you are engaging with the materials. Remember that this isn't just to be completed this week, it is over a period of weeks. Okay, so don't rush it, but at the same time, don't panic if you don't get a lot done in this first session. You may also find that some of you, as you become more confident, may do more than 1, 2, or 3 PowerPoints that I've asked you. So let's go back to this. You might actually do, 3, 4, 5, or 6. It depends on how quick you are with these, how fast you are to develop them, how confident you feel. Okay. You should really try with these to include some of your own photography. You might want to do in the first one, stick to 3 artists. In the first composition that you do, stick to the 3 artists that you've chosen. But then once you've done it once, the second time you do it, you might want to do 2 images from your artist and 1 from your own, or all of your own photographs. So as you go along, you might change and chop what you do, but it would be nice to see some of your own primary photography that you've taken in these composition designs. And the whole aim of this is to really develop a variety of composition ideas. So I do hope you enjoy it. Let me just show you now what I did in the video tutorials. I will also save this so you can have access to this. So this here is the teacher example. So in the video tutorials, I'll show you how I develop my initial 3 artists, which again are on the other slide. So the 3 artists which look like this one. So those are the 3 I started with. And then over the tutorials, I create these images. I refine them by adding filters. I rotate and adjust them. I collage them. I create further final outcomes, settle on my final pieces, and there you have it. So I will also save this as well so you can see this as the teacher example. And that's it. So over the next couple of weeks, do enjoy experimenting with these images. Think in the back of your minds, what can I do? Could I pick this as a final outcome? And please, please, please make sure as you're following these tutorials that you make sure that you upload whatever you do on PowerPoint onto your SharePoint and onto class charts. All of these now have been saved as a Year 11 playlist on my YouTube channel, so please feel free to have a flick through those at your own leisure.